really respect Pokimane. Can you elaborate on this? What decisions about her make her stand out to you?
She's just fucking ruthless. A ruthless businesswoman. She will crush everyone that gets in her way.
Keem looks like he said something mean about Pokimane, which is kind of dumb. She's really nice.
That's just because you haven't gotten in her way yet.
In her way yet?
Yeah.
I don't think
She
so.
doesn't view you as a threat.
Here we go again. In the past few months, Pokimane has become somewhat of a drama magnet. Between her affinity for copy-striking people that she doesn't like, even if it is fair use.
People are fucking around with my shit and they're making videos of me that I don't fucking like. If I even think it qualifies for protection under copyright laws, I'm gonna fucking smash the fuck out of that video, okay?
And her getting mad at Keemstar for jokingly calling someone a virgin and talking down to him from a pedestal. And she has a long history of similar incendiary behavior. Whether it's because of her moral grandstanding, her casual emotional manipulation, or her inability to take criticism while dishing it, she comes across as one of the most disingenuous personalities on the entire content creator sphere. This is why she has earned the title of Phoney Main. For those of you who have seen my Shuwu and iDubbbz girlfriend videos, I'm going to try to not repeat myself, but you would be hard-pressed to see much difference between Shuwu, iDubbbz girlfriend, and Phoney Main. And it's not a coincidence that they're all part of the same friend group, because birds of a feather flock together. One thing that they all have in common is Uwu syndrome. Girls with Uwu syndrome all want to present themselves as someone attractive and innocent. And they do this so that they can gather white knights for their own success, even if it means lying about their body types or humble bragging about their Disney princess waistlines, all so that they can get away with vile and hypocritical behavior. I know. Disgusting. Ugh. And it works because they attract the white knights to do their bidding for them, to fight for them so that the girls can preserve their Uwu image. Phoney Main manipulates her image to be this nice, family-friendly gamer girl who can do no wrong. She also desperately markets herself as thick.
It's too thick.
Myth, you want to talk about... My fingers don't even, like, they're not even close. It's not even, like, yours are, like, all the way up here. Mine are, like, on the sides, bro. What do you mean?
So fucking pathetic. Holy shit. Phoney Main is not what she presents herself as, and that clip is just a beautiful example of that. She's one of those girls that's fake and pretends to be nice to get ahead. Phoney Main acting Uwu allows her to get away with things without being called out on it. Sounds familiar, right? She'll do her uwu goo goo gaga baby talk to seem like she's so young and cute and girly so that guys like her. Because nobody talks like that unless you're talking to your cat. Like, I'll go wee wee, you know, but I'm talking to my cat. I'm not talking to my viewers or typing a tweet. And saying that someone is acting uwu is just another way of saying that somebody is pandering, which she does a lot. For example, she admits to being a casual anime watcher.
I've seen quite a few animes, but I'm not as devoted. Yeah, I'm a casual.
Yet, she has merchandise with Japanese text on it. She dresses weeby in sailor costumes.
Guys, I literally put on like a full Japanese schoolgirl costume for this video. That's when you know I am dedicated to pandering. Dedicated.
And she'll use anime reaction images like she's somebody that's part of that culture, just to appeal to the people that are. Cause you know, you gotta be a gamer girl and be socially awkward and watch anime to not be like those other girls so that guys like you, cause you're one of the guys, but you're still like cute or whatever. And to pander, she'll also use really stale memes like, oh my god, Pepe XD! It's basically the lol I'm so random thing. Morty! I'm such a shitposter, Morty. I'm shitposter Rick! She's one of those Twitch viewers that has Omega Lol as their entire personality. That's all they can contribute to the chat is Omega Lol. For her in particular, her entire personality is Pepe! She's not like those other girls on Tinder. She loves gaming and food. Pokimane has the "it's okay when I do it" mentality, otherwise known as being a hypocrite. All she does all day is preach platitudes about how you should be a nice person and how, you know, viewers can't handle what streamers can handle and all these type of things.
Like, I understand that we can put up with a lot of shit, but most people don't know how to deal with that kind of thing, and you never really know what someone's going through.
Pokey platitudes, let's call them. You know, she'll promote positivity, those paused vibes, because you're not allowed to be negative or criticize anything. It's kind of like when you criticize other females, you know, you have to agree with all females and be on their side, or else you're just jealous or something. You know, it's all about uplifting other people until she decides it's not. Like that time where she shit-talked the girls that stayed in school to get their engineering degree.
The girls that there were in my Eng program, I'm in Eng. They were like normie, but to like another level. I made like a couple girlfriends in engineering, and then they all dropped out. And all the boring girls stayed. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, I was in Eng. And I dropped out, but I'm like still better than them because like I'm not as normie as they are. I'm just like a Reddit normie. That's just one example of her passive-aggressive behavior where she attacks others in a way where it seems like that she's not, and then she'll preach platitudes about not attacking others. And I swear to fucking God, she gives advice like a kindergarten teacher. Treat others how you want to be treated. Woo! Everyone give her 20,000 retweets! Woo!
9/11 was bad.
I agree with that.
That's just one example of her being a passive-aggressive coward where she can throw shade and subtweet people while still preaching her pokey platitudes. She was even passive-aggressive to me because I told her that she sounded like a kindergarten teacher and that she was the worst for doing these pokeyisms of sharing is caring type of thing. And then she tweeted out this tweet and she blocked me directly after, so it was very clearly towards me. But you know, she can't face me head on because then she wouldn't be such a nice girl. She has to preserve her image. And she said that I wasn't worth name dropping. I don't get that pokey clout? Oh no, what will I do? And with that, you can really tell she thinks who the hell she is because her head is so far up her own ass that she can't smell the shit that she is. Her first thought wasn't, oh, that's a bad argument, I'm not going to address it. Her first thought was, my clout, I have to preserve my clout. Look at how much clout I have. She's subtweeted, been shady and passive-aggressive for the longest time now. At one point, she created an alternative Twitter account which she used to just subtweet people. She created this account under the guise of wanting to interact with her fans, which she hardly did. One of many Phoneymane's platitudes is self-love and, you know, body positivity and, you know, being paused and all that, right? Oh, and self-acceptance. Because she's nice and she's deep, that's why she posted pictures of herself without makeup. Just kidding. The reason she did that was because she had a stream where she had no makeup on and everybody had a reaction to it saying that she didn't look good, and her response to it wasn't to say, oh, what about my personality, or oh, you guys are objectifying me. I mean, that alone goes to show what they're there for, considering it was such a big uproar. But her response to it was, guys, look, I'm pretty, I swear. Look, if I pose in certain lights, I can look good without makeup. See? 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 Wait, Nates, please don't leave. I'm not that ugly. She goes and says it's without makeup, but she clearly has some kind of gloss on, probably some transparent mascara. But you know what? That's not like heavy makeup or something. The bad part is she puts filters, I don't know how many, over it. What's the point in posting a no makeup selfie to say, see, I look good, if you have to put filters over it? Not only that, but just like SS Sniper Wolf, someone that she's, you know, friendly with online, she photoshops herself so much that her skin just looks permanently blurry. Look at this photo where she's holding the cup. The cup is blending into her face. She also photoshops herself to be several shades lighter, and I'm not talking about just like brightening up your photo a little bit so you can see things better or something like that, because every girl wants to look brighter, but she makes herself look a lot lighter. It just looks like it's to the point where she's trying to be a different race. And for those of you who don't know, she is a Muslim Moroccan, a Northern African. Here's some photos of what her skin tone actually looks like. It's not just a one-off thing. There's multiple photos. that show that she's much, much darker than she portrays herself to be? Why is she showing self-love and self-acceptance as whitewashing? And again, she is not white. She is Northern African. And why did she damage control when people thought that she looked really ugly without makeup? It's very shallow, and she doesn't really care that she's only valued for her looks. She's aware of it, but she pretends that she's not. She pretends that it's some other selling point. But I'll get back into that later. Half the people are telling her she doesn't look good or doesn't look the same without makeup, and the other half are sucking her ass and telling her how brave she is for doing it, like she's the first girl in the world to ever go on a website with no makeup on. And stuff like that is why she thinks she's hot shit. She lets it get to her head. I also want to add on that she purposely tries to hide her nose, and I know this because anytime a sponsor has tweeted a photo of her at an event or anything like that, if anyone takes a photo of her profile, she does not retweet it. She does not bring attention to it. If she was as half as virtuous as she pretends to be, she wouldn't have such a problem with these photos, nor would she feel the need to Photoshop them. As you can see, she's very concerned with how she looks and how she presents herself despite trying to act like she's virtuous and accepts her flaws. But that's not the only way she'll try to control her image. She actually went on a power trip and got a whole subreddit deleted. The subreddit was dedicated to provocative or lewd things that she would do on stream or in a video, and they would capture the highlights and put it there. And it just doesn't make sense to me for her to go and get it deleted, because she does this all the time on stream. There's so many compilations out there of her showing her ass, among whatever other assets. I would understand if she's trying to be modest, but she's kind of just pretending to be modest.
Cause like somebody's gonna get that thumbnail and then they're gonna be so much more likely to click. Guys, I'm 500 IQing the Twitch game.
You're playing this song, but
what do I say to make him realize that it's an asshole thing to falsely clickbait someone else?
And she wants people to think that she's modest because she shows disdain towards cam girl behavior.
Oh my god, guys, for every sub, I'm gonna do 2 jumping jacks. Sorry, it's almost like I got a temporary boob job.
And yet she does typical cam girl behavior as a Muslim.
I'm starting to think you wear leggings all the time for a reason. Yeah, there is a reason. It's because they're comfy as fuck and I'm playing video games.
This is her justification for doing what she does when she can easily put on an AFK screen. I mean, shit, I do that on my own stream when I have to get up. She does ASMR, which is just waifu pandering, and I already addressed that in a video. If you want to go argue, you can go watch that video. I think that someone whispering your ear is pretty intimate, and ASMR, generally speaking, tends to be girlfriend simulator because she wants to be uwu waifu for her white nights. Like I mentioned earlier, she gets up with tight leggings on all the time, purposefully trying to show off her assets.
It's straight up.
Mirror! What the nanny?
Is she fat? I think she's fat. I'm gonna show it now.
If you go through her Twitch, you'll see that she sometimes wears low-cut shirts, and again, I don't personally have a problem for that, but I don't get a pass for wearing low-cut shirts because I have bigger breasts. So because she has smaller breasts, she gets a pass for wearing low-cut tops because it's harder for her to have cleavage, and it naturally happens for me. And it's really just a double standard that girls with smaller chests can get away with low-cut tops, but girls with bigger chests can't. It just seems to be a double standard that girls with smaller chests can wear really low-cut tops and it's fine, but girls with bigger chests who wear the same amount of coverage proportionately will get shit for it. They can put the camera in an angle that's above their head that allows you to look straight down their chest. They're allowed to wear tights that go straight up their ass and bend over on camera, and they're still considered Twitch's little angels.
500 IQing the Twitch game.
you're playing this song, but
And Phoney takes full advantage of this logic people use by wearing leggings on stream. She has VR streams where people can stare at her ass in leggings for basically the entire duration of the stream. She posts pictures of her body on her Snapchat and other social media to entice and reward white knights with her body without being called out on it, like you see with people like Pink Sparkles or Amaranth, people that she makes fun of on a regular basis.
I'm gonna be coming out with a Patron with some lingerie. Might be selling my underwear.
The problem here is that she promotes being paused and only uplifting women, but then she does stuff like this. Not very nice of her. And then when she's called out on it, she backpedals.
Tweeted and she was like, "Can app Pokey refund me all the donations I gave her because I get my money from Patreon. And I was like, I responded and I was like, I'm sorry if it came off as like that, but it wasn't supposed to be like that, you know?
And in terms of her being sexually provocative on stream, take a look at this photo of her shoving her feet into another streamer's face. But she'll probably backpedal with that too and say, oh, it was just for a joke, it was irony. But that doesn't stop people from getting off on her feet, because it's not just showing, it's being held up and, you know, looks like it's about to be licked. She does that typical thought thing where they post something and they say, hey, look at this thing or new thing that I got, but it's actually just an excuse to show off their body. Sounds familiar, huh? She even takes selfies with her food. Like, honestly, who the fuck does that? I see people take pictures of their food, but you're gonna take a picture with your food? Bitch, it's not your birthday. Nor is that a birthday cake. Stop taking pictures of your fucking meatballs. She does this typical cam girl behavior, yet she'll throw other thoughts under the bus for doing their thoughty thing, having Patreons or whatever, because it's like the punching bag everybody goes to. But she does the same thing. I mean, how much more obvious could it be?
Just regular roast.
Sorry, I forgot.
How are you a streamer and you're going to say you forgot where the camera was? Let me tell you, Phoney Main always knows where the camera is. That's why she's always pushing herself to the center of every single group photo you will see her in. At what point is she any different from the cam girl behavior that she makes fun of? She has footage of her working out. She has plenty of footage, compilations of her bending over and walking around in tight leggings. And she has multiple photos and streams of her with cleavage. And she does ASMR, something that you see pretty much only Twitch thoughts do. So at what point is she any different from Pink Sparkles or Amaranth? The only difference I see is that someone like Pink Sparkles is more honest about selling their body, and someone like Phoney Main is ingenuine, as her name implies. And the people that defend Phoney Main are also being dishonest with themselves, such as her friend, who is a streamer defending her against Pink Sparkle. It's very interesting how much alike these girls are. I mean, this girl that's defending her had her own pokey oopsie on stream. It's like a state of mind or a way of thinking. Would you believe that Phoney Main presents herself as single despite flirting with multiple streamers on stream, both online and offline, having her under-the-table relationship, and even shipping herself with other streamers? Well, she did this despite utilizing her podcast to throw shade at Amaranth for having a secret husband while presenting herself as single in a way where she wouldn't get banned for harassment as per the Twitch TOS. And it's not that I care that she was passed around in the esports scene like a football, it's that, well, let me give a pokeism. She's throwing rocks in glass houses. Because after all, she's like a leech in the most literal sense, sucking her way to the top. She flirts with several other male streamers in order for them to host her or promote her.
I want you to come see my cat again.
Why?
Because she's just so, like, she gets cuter with time, and I just want everyone to be able to experience it. Trust me, you'll love it.
As you can see from these thumbnails alone, she will use her relationship status as something to clickbait people into, and she has even shipped herself with another streamer on stream, calling herself Foki, which is Fedmeister or Fedmister, whatever his name is, and Pokimane combined. Kind of like Brad and Angelina, Brangelina. Then she complains when viewers try to find out about her relationship status, but she's using it to promote herself. How can you try to play the victim card? Look at all this clickbait. It's seriously just her using pussy power.
It's an asshole thing to falsely clickbait someone else.
So she'll do anything to get clout, whether that means cosplaying as Bjergsen to try to get his attention, or stream sniping Tyler1 and then lying about it. I would say that's pretty incendiary to try to get attention that way, to stream snipe someone to mess up their game, because now she can have their stream on the other monitor and watch what they're doing, basically cheating. But also she's screwing everyone else over in her game that she's playing with. I know it's just a game, but it's still just bad-mannered. And the real nail in the coffin for why she's a clout chaser is that with the whole copy strike ordeal, when she falsely copy striked someone, she only responded to allegations once PewDiePie addressed it. If PewDiePie had not mentioned it, she would not have addressed it. So she only addressed it when there was clout to be gained. So I guess she'll only address this video if you guys like share it a lot or something. Be a shame, wouldn't it? So between using her relationship status as clickbait, flirting with people who are relevant at the time or if it benefits her, and only addressing things once there's clout to be gained, I don't know how you couldn't see her as some sort of clout chaser. Despite all this pandering and clout chasing that she does, she still tries to present herself as a gamer. And she acts like her skill in gaming is one of the reasons that people are interested in her, when she knows damn well why they're interested in her. I know the meme is when girls have big boobs and they have cleavage, oh, the interesting personalities, but you can't even say she has an interesting personality. I mean, she's tweeting things like, I love food and video games, for fuck's sake. Not only that, but she has a history of having shitty stats overall in all the games she plays. The ones that she mains, like Fortnite and League of Legends. Otherwise, she's just queuing with people that are better than her. And even when she has done that on stream, it shows she just does so much worse than the other person. It's the classic stereotype of queuing with other men so that your rank gets higher. And let me say, it's not something like DSP where the appeal is that the gaming's bad or the person's personality with the game, it's funny. She titled her streams as Diamond, which is a higher rank in League. It's one of the higher ranks. She used to always put Diamond in the title. And then when she would do that, she wouldn't play competitive games on stream. She would play normal, non-ranked games. And then she proceeds to cut the client on screen so that viewers are unable to tell if she's playing a competitive match.
Pop out, made it look sexy. They won't take me on my own.
Honestly, guys, Ocasio-Cortez is probably a better girl gamer than Phoney main at this point. The last thing I want to touch on is Phoney main stealing art. I have two examples of Phoney main stealing art. The first being her Pepe face paint. A streamer called her out for stealing her idea that she had already done and not giving her any credit for it. Now I know her ooh white knights are probably going to defend her saying, oh, it's probably just a coincidence. But then what about the second instance where she has stolen art? Her merchandise looks very similar to somebody else's merchandise. Now if you want to take these two things and argue that, oh, you know, these are common things, two people can think of the same thing, I don't think that would really help you out, because not only is it unlikely, it just shows how unoriginal she is. Now you guys can see what I meant in the intro when I said that it's gonna feel repetitive because all these girls are so similar, they're all friends with each other, and it just feels like I have to make the same video over and over on a different person. If you guys were entertained by this video, I recommend that you check out my live streams. I stream on this channel, and if that changes, just check my other links, you know, like Twitter and things like that. Because you never know, maybe Phoney main will try to get me banned.
How do I press A to Christmas face?